He also probably go to Jack in the Box next because, that female cop, they look at you and, basically I'm a target, I was a target in Loser Susanville because of what I say to all of them. Chico, I've done it to all law enforcement, because they're not enforcing, It basically started when the Butte County deputies came out after those two old guys threatened to kill Honey Girl first and then both of us and dispose of our body behind the trailer in the field. All because the ex-lawn harassment 80-year-old thought that she shit on his grass and she was in, pup care. And I was working 75 to 120 hours a week. The first day I worked for that shithole RC Mechanical, I worked 19 hours, the first day. and it's so waste of time. But I was trying to come back from everything that happened, with the relationships, they put me on the wrong meds and me almost killing myself because it made me want to really bad. And I was already struggling. And so, fuck you, Big Pharma. But, that's why I don't go to the doctor anymore. I don't care. I mean, you're better off, in my opinion, not going. So, this is my whatever. So, but, it's, when those deputies came out and they both laughed with the ones across from there. And then they wanted to search me for weapons and threatened with coming back and arresting me. I laughed in their faces and I go, you could try. I mean, but I'll treat you like everyone else. I'll shove that fucking badge up your ass. And I told him that when I called the station later. Same thing. And he says, you can't talk to me like that. I go, I'll do whatever I want, okay? Because you are not real cops. You are dirty ones. And, and they never filed the report. And then after that, I found out that the 80-year-old who's done that before, but I basically put both of them in their face too. Put it back in their face. And I said, I don't care who you are. Okay. I don't care who you think you are. Think about the Punisher. Do you think he cares who people are? If they're doing bad. Yeah, then he really cares. But I'm kind of the same. But the thing is, everywhere I've been, they harass, and you can see it all over social media, and they don't do their jobs, And then she looks at me like that, and then I'm a target because they'll probably come at me and try to make up bullshit, and and because I hope they see my posts, I really do, and I don't care. What are they gonna do to me? They ain't do shit anyways, but they'll come after you because they don't like you because you make them look bad. Well, I don't have to make them look bad. They make themselves look bad. So I'm just trying to avoid it because it's just Honey Girl and myself, and especially with Loser Susanville up there, Jerkwater, USA. That place, I've heard so much stuff, and I've already, said a bunch of stuff about it, and but I don't ever call law harassment again, because in my mind they're the enemy. Anytime one, gets killed, I don't care, They'll probably put another dumbass in there. And, I believe that American patriots and patriots should be running everything. Pretty much all the military is cool. I talked to a military guy. He goes, well, there's some of them that, I go, yeah. I go, but, it's better them than these fake cops, these dirty ones, And I don't care if TikTok, bans this. This is the truth as far as I see it and experienced it. Black sheep middle child, and that whatever that I talked to off Facebook dating, she said she was too. I go, No, you're not. You're just another narcissist, you know? And who wants to be around them anyways? They're going to be lonely. See, I choose to honey girl to be by ourselves. And they don't. But they reap what they sow. When you reap what you sow, that's who you're going to get. So, and, you know, love Charlie Kirk. I hate that people, you know, are like making him look bad. He wasn't bad. You know, they're bad. And the only thing they did was make him even better. And he was already a beautiful soul. Like Honey Girl's a beautiful soul. Charlie Kirk, beautiful soul. And you know what? Love that guy. And I cried and I was angry. But, you know, just like Bruce Lee, you know, be like water, our friends. You know, you pour water in a cup, it becomes a cup. You become like them, you're just like them. So there's more of the Charlie Kirks. And I love the fact that, you know, kids want to dress up as them for Halloween. But then I saw a bad post about that. But the thing is, what they don't understand is, you know, they're doing all this bad stuff. It's good versus evil. You know, good's going to win, you know, because it's good. And so I'm powered by sarcasm. But mostly, you know, I'm motivated by my honey girl, beautiful soul. Every time I look into her beautiful eyes, you know, I just see that, you know, the only ones that will truly love you are your pups. And the only time they let you down is when they go to the Rainbow Bridge. And that's where I'm fucking going. But not right now because we got more stuff to do. And usually I don't talk this much when we're hiking. I like to listen to the sounds, but I feel like this is clearing the cache up the trash bin of my mind, you know? Just like your phone. Listen to the cool. If you don't, you got to do maintenance, you know? You got to keep it going, you know? Keep on moving. So, yeah, it's a new day. All right, honey girl, I love y'all, beautiful souls, and I guess I'm posting, well, some stuff on TikTok Talk. I don't know, and YouTube. Well, I mean Facebook too, but I'm just getting it all out there because, you know, eventually somebody will go like, who wasn't really getting the message, like, you know, the ones that talked to Charlie Kirk, and now we're just going like, man, he really knew what he was saying, you know, and you couldn't prove him wrong. And I love that he said that, and also learn how to fight, you know. It's important. But I wish that Honey Girl and I both wish that we could have been there to save him. But, you know, I guess they say things happen for a reason. And Honey Girl's my reason.